Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be showing the best salary cap lineup for round 3 of season 7 of salary cap here in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, and feel like we've built ourselves an absolutely elite level salary cap squad for this video. And as always, just trying to make it as easy as possible for y'all to build a good salary cap lineup to have success for this round. So here's the thing about this round of salary cap: Adrian Dantley as the reward. Not an exciting card. He's not elite. But as this is the third round of the season, that also means that Dark Matter Josh Smith is now available. Now, I did gameplay on Josh Smith yesterday. He is absolutely elite. The best free small forward in the game. They changed his jump shot, which I expected would happen, and he is absolutely incredible. So, for those of y'all out there who did keep up with salary cap this season, y'all are getting yourself an absolutely exceptional free small forward. Now, for the people who are going to ask, how do I get this Josh Smith? If you have not completed the first 2 rounds of salary cap this season for DeJounte Murray, and then I forget who round 1 was, to be honest, at this point. But if you did not complete the first 2 rounds, I think it was Jamal Mashburn, that's who it was. But if you didn't complete the first 2 rounds, you unfortunately cannot get this Josh Smith card. I mean, that's just the way salary cap's been all year. If you don't complete all 3 rounds, you can't get the reward. The only round of salary cap that I've completed all 3 rounds on this year was Dikembe. And honestly, I kind of regret not doing it for Josh Smith because he's absolutely incredible. But it is what it is. For those of y'all who missed out, I don't think it's a huge deal. But for those of y'all who didn't, y'all are getting yourself a heck of a card, no doubt. Other good salary cap rewards are out here as well. And I think this mode is just decently rewarding in general when it comes to it being shorter games, but you getting still a good amount of MT and a good amount of rewards. I think salary cap's one of the more rewarding games modes you can play. But with that being said, before we actually show the team, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day and would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So instead of a 10-man lineup, I decided to go with an 8-man lineup this time in salary cap, just because the salary is $22,500. I could still do a super solid 10-man lineup and insert a Ruby or 2 on the bench, and then maybe downgrade 1 or 2 of these opals to a pink diamond or something to save some salary. Because $4,500 for Brandon Pajimski, $4,500 for Lauri Markkanen, and then $4,000 for Kobe and $3 grand for Tyrese Thomas and Tyson Chandler. I mean, that is a lot of your salary that you're using in your starting lineup. That's what, 12, 18, 19,000 of my 23,500 salary is in my starting lineup. But with Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner being just a absolutely great dynamic duo as diamonds, and then Mo Bamba being a super duper solid budget big as well, I feel like with an 8-man rotation here, you have enough depth to where I can sub Mo Bamba in at center and then sub Tyson Chandler in at power forward to replace Markkanen for a few minutes if I need to give Markkanen a little bit of a rest after a couple minutes of Tyson being on the bench. I could sub Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner in for Pajimski and Tyrese Thomas, but then I could sub Tyrese back in at the 3 and move Wagner to the 2 to give Kobe a couple minutes of rest. There's just enough I can do, I think, with an 8-man lineup, especially in the shorter games that salary cap produces, to where you don't really need 10. It's nice to have 10 if it fits and if it's the good lineup, but with a team like this, especially since they've made a lot more of the Galaxy Opal cards that are available attainable and usable at that 4,500 salary mark, and because the salary is now high enough at 22,500 to where I think you can actually afford to get a couple of those guys in your lineup and still have enough depth to your lineup. Back when the salary was a lot lower, you couldn't afford to use a 4,500 salary player, but now you got all these different cards that y'all can see that you could use for 4,500 salary. I mean, I'm using Lauri Markkanen just at power forward because I have Pink Diamond Tyson Chandler in my lineup, but I could use Opal Tyson Chandler. He'd be amazing. Point guards like Reeves and James Harden. Really, there are players at every single position that you can use for this salary, for around this price point, that are really, really solid cards. I mean, Amin Thompson, Dante DiVincenzo are also good point guard options. Tobias Harris is not bad. Neither is Rudy Gay. Even that Iggy at the 2 is not a bad card either. This Grant Hill collector level reward, if you have him, is also super solid. There's just a lot of solid cards that you can use. I'm not saying it's an unbelievably exhaustive list, but there's a good chunk of cards that have become more usable for a cheaper salary. And for me, the reason I chose Pajimski at point guard is quite simple. He's an elite level 3 hunter with a phenomenal release. It's really, really simple. He's a good defender. I'm not saying he's a bad defender. I mean, he's got a couple of off defensive badges: anchor, clamps, glove, fast feet, right stick gripper, and 94 feet. So he's got some defense, but he is mostly an offensive card, an elite level shooter, a capable, pretty good slasher, and has really, really good sigs with a great release. That's the reason I'm using this card. He can dunk well. He's a solid defender, but he is a 3 hunter, and he is a fun 3 hunter to use. And in salary cap specifically, it's a little bit less nerdy, competitive, sweaty. I think 3 hunting is a little more viable in the salary cap mode. And a guy like Pajemski gives you a go-to primary ball handler who's got all the key badges and all the key everything, really. I mean, Hoff handles for days, Hoff shooting badges, good slashing, all the type of stuff you want. And then obviously Pink Diamond Kobe for 4,000 salary is just an automatic mainstay. Since they made this card 4,000 salary and have not changed that, he has been in my salary cap lineup ever since and will likely be in the salary cap lineup for the rest of the year as long as his salary is 4,000. Because, I mean, my Kobe has 60 Hoffs. He's my favorite card I've used all year. This is the best card of 2K24 MyTEAM to me in terms of like longevity and fun and all that type of stuff. This was my favorite card of the year, I would say, and probably a lot of y'all's favorite card of the year too. But Pink Diamond Kobe still to this day would be, I would consider, relatively usable online, especially with all the extra Hoffs I have on him. But, I mean, he's just got a good release. He's a great slasher. He's does everything well still. Super solid defender on the perimeter and the interior. When you badge him out fully like I have, he's just an exceptional card. The one flaw would be that he doesn't have movable enforcer at all. But at the end of the day, in salary cap especially, I'm not that concerned about that. Tyrus Thomas is a card I've used in a bunch of salary cap lineups, but I haven't in a while because I haven't been using a 3,000 salary small forward. But decided to go back to him here. He's just 6'9", great defender, athletic as heck, and can shoot the ball well with JT Thorbase as well. They changed his jump shot. Or sorry, gave him a really good jump shot because he wasn't in the game when he came out. Tyrus Thomas is really good. This is a card, realistically, by the way, who will likely be getting a Dark Matter soon, and his Dark Matter will again be one of the best cards in the game at the small forward position when that card comes out. But Tyrus is a versatile elite card, and he's got Hoff movable enforcer as well, in addition to a bunch of other interior and perimeter defensive Hoffs. Super athletic, solid shooter. I've added extra badges on mine like Limitless Range, Blinders, Deadeye, Handles for Days, things of that nature to really soup him out because I loved this card when he first came out, and I still think he's really good. For what he's able to give you at the small forward position as a pink diamond, he is a phenomenal option as well, and is basically the tertiary ball handler in this lineup, which is pretty phenomenal considering how elite his SIGs are and how great his animations and release can be. Lauri Markkanen is 6'11", 7 foot at the power forward position. He can play small forward as well, but I have Tyrus Thomas at small forward. And the thing about Lauri is he's just athletic, great shooter, defensively pretty solid, big and versatile, good speed. Like, he kind of does everything well. This is a card that I used a good amount, actually. When he first came out last season, I thought he was really solid. He played in my main lineup for a while, and he's got a great release. He dunks well. He's a really, really solid, versatile defender, has the Hoff clamps on the perimeter. I mean, 7-footer. I like the card. I think he's super solid, and I think for 4,500 salary, again, he's a really good option. I might prefer to use Galaxy Opal Tyson Chandler over Lauri for 4,500, but I'm using Pink Diamond Tyson Chandler, so not really an option, but that's totally fine. This Tyson card is still phenomenal. I got a 3-point shoe on him. I got my Tyson souped up a little bit with a few extra Hall of Fame badges, a couple of shooting badges on him like Catch and Shoot and Limitless Range are added. I think I added Hoff Speed Booster to him as well just to upgrade this card a bit so I could make my Tyson as good as possible. He's an awesome defender, great rebounder, and releases smooth and easy, not too hard to green or anything along those lines. As a whole, Tyson Chandler, just a really, really solid big. I feel confident enough shooting the ball with him. And then defensively, he's a monster. He provides a lot of athleticism and speed and versatility. And so I think this starting lineup, I mean, it's an amazing 5-man. And then you get legit depth. You got 3 guys off your bench you can plug in who are going to be super solid. I mean, Mo Bamba may only be an Amethyst, but he's one of the best Amethysts in the game. He is my favorite Amethyst big in the game. Hoff Rise Up, Hoff Anchor, Hoff Chase Down Artist. He's only 1,400 salary this week. So for this round, until his salary is upped again, because it feels like the salaries on a lot of these budget bigs fluctuate a lot. But for right now, at only 1,400 salary, Mo Bamba is your best option. I think there are other good Amethyst bigs like Miles Turner, DeAndre Ayton, a Ruby Nick Claxton, guys like that. But all those guys are more expensive salary-wise than Mo Bamba right now. And honestly, I think Bamba's better than all of them anyway. So ideally, he's the best option to use of these budget bigs, in my opinion. And I think he's really, really good. Another option would be Diamond Dikembe Mutombo if you have him evolve from an Amethyst. He's a really solid option as well, who I think is also 1,400 salary. But I don't have Dikembe Mutombo evolved anymore, so... and then obviously I think I've talked about this duo a million times. I don't really think I need to talk about them too much, but Suggs and Wagner just giving you a super solid duo of guards off the bench who can create a little bit, have a solid size and defense, and just the ability to be super, super solid to give you some good spot minutes in salary cap if you need them to. As a whole, though, these teams, I mean, it's 2 Gopals and 3 Pink Diamonds in the starting lineup now. We're really starting to get these salary cap lineups starting to look really good. With 22,500 as the salary and them dropping more and more card salaries, these teams look like they're just going to continue to get better, which makes sense. I mean, this team is not even close to the type of squad that you would see in Unlimited these days, which is all dark matter, a bunch of out of position guys, glitched height, all this type of stuff. So it's certainly a different mode in terms of the way that it's played than than unlimited, but honestly, I think that has a lot of charm to a lot of people, and I think that is one of the things that makes it a nice mode. So hopefully this lineup helps out a lot of y'all this week, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.